Okay. I don't know why the game's not showing up on the on my preview, but if you can see the game, that's good enough. So I decided to get on here and actually do something and maybe stream a bit and try to be entertaining in the process. I don't know how well that'll go, but we'll see. Yeah, it is. It's OBS. Still don't know how to change the name. You know, do anything. I do know that I have some lovely Zoidbergs on the wall here, which I was very entertained to find. And I left this here so I could pretend like it was the first time I found it, but a nice present. A box full of rockets, because I'm always falling out. And I didn't even see they were duration 3. That's fantastic. Thank you, Quest. What a day this is. And no, I totally didn't rewrite the sign to pretend like it's been here the whole time and I didn't take it and then say, no, I should record that. So we're just going to pick this up and wait for the sage advice coming in from Iraq on our how to change things or whatever advice you might have. You might hear a little bit of sound in the background. That is my kid who is home here sick from school. When she plays under the name the Saurus. So that's what we're going to call her, as in like a dinosaur, the Saurus. So if you hear her, that's who she is. So, what are we working on? What have I been working on? So, I got this little pavilion built up around my storage area here. Or not storage area. What am I talking about? My portal. I forgot what it was. And as you come out of the portal, you're now greeted by two Zoidbergs, which I'm probably going to leave for a little while because I'm entertained by them. In fact, I think I have one in my ender chest now too, so I can be Zoidberg. And then I've been putting out a little more ground here so that I can try to smooth this over and eventually have what's going to be a mix of kind of looking like not paved roads, but kind of Roman style pavement. Um, Although this would be much earlier than that, so kind of the Troy 2, Troy 3 era, which would have used kind of packed gravel and things that horses could walk over rather. Horses don't have wheels, but the chariots that they pull do. So we would have um, chariot roads that they could be following. And then eventually, as we come down here into what will be the part of the town that is for, um, the rest of the city, we'll have buildings over here that are going to be more gravel and dirt roads. So this will kind of degenerate as you get away from the more expensive parts of town. And then the Acropolis, which literally means the highest point in the city. Acro meaning top, and polis meaning city. The Acropolis will be here, but I kind of messed up. I didn't build that at the highest part. So the true highest point is over here. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. Trying to decide whether or not King Priam of Troy would have had the audacity to build his castle, or his palace rather, higher than the temple to Athena, which is what that is. Or should I knock this down and make this lower? I'm afraid if I knock this down and make it lower, it's going to make the whole thing seem too flat. And the city itself was built in layers, and we'd be in about the third layer of it now in this time period of history. So it really should be taller. On the other hand, Priam was pretty renowned for his sensible decision making, and I don't think, if he had his choice, that he would deliberately anger Athena. She's not one really to be angered, She's the goddess of war and stuff. So, um, Odyssity, Odyssity. That's going to be the name of the city. Sure, I'm confused. Now I understand why people have a hard time reading things when they're doing this. I just looked over and I have no idea what that word is. Um, I also don't even know if I can show chat on video because I don't have any preview. I don't know what I'm showing other than my big beautiful face here. I don't know what's actually showing up on stream, and I don't want to open my own. Oh, instead of Audacity. No, no, no! Don't leave. You're the only. I need people. I mean, I'm not desperate for viewers or anything, but I can. Why am I still zoomed in? Uh-oh, I think I held the button too long. Here, let's try to get out of this. There we go. I get it now. Oh, that's a good point. I'm gonna check that real quick. I forgot that it does that. So come out of that, and then okay. Not fast. I forgot what you said. Hold on. So previews off the screen. You can right click on the capture, click on transform, and click. Oh, got it. Got it. Okay. OBS. Will you? Oh my god, there are so many options here. Uh. Oh wait. No, that one is there. That one is there. Sorry, it's the Twitch uh dashboard that is not showing anything but a blank screen on the preview. It says offline and blank screen. I'm gonna have to check those out. I just kind of jumped into this without any thought of it whatsoever. But yeah, the preview's up. Yeah, that would be helpful. Yeah, it said, and it's still I've still got the title of test warning. This will be boring. I couldn't figure out how to change the title on Twitch. But you know, mostly I'm just on here to look stupid and talk to myself and try to build some stuff. Stream Manager, yeah, that's what's open. Let's see, Stream Manager. So we go over to that. It says Stream Preview. If I click away from that and come back to something else. Okay. Oh, okay, the preview's up now. Now how do I change the name? Who did I not say what? What? Oh, in just a minute. Okay, let's see. Edit stream info. No, not that. There we go. I don't have that uh panel. I gotta figure out how to add it. Edit stream info. Okay, there we go. I found the panel. There we go. It'd be stream number 2. Yes, the name is accurate. There we go. The name should be changed now. Okay. Now we should have a game. We should have some things going on. There's a bit of a delay. There we go. This is my only surviving horse. His name's Horse Dempsey, named after Sean Dempsey, whose name shows up in an Irish song called The Rare Old Times. I don't know much else about him, but I mean, the horse, I know a lot about him. He just stands here, eats my grass, and shakes. But the other horses died. So here I was minding my own business, came out of the portal, and pillagers in here. And the pillagers were trying to shoot me, and then next thing I know, first horse, who was tied to this post, whose name was Toast, click that's okay. The fact that you got on and supported for a bit and well at work even, I appreciate it. That's phenomenal. And I already showed off the Zoidbergs, but I'll go back to him again. But this horse, his name was Toast, and like his name, he didn't make it very long. The pillager shot him first, trying to get at me. So I moved over this way, not opening my inventory. I moved over this way to try to get around, and there were 2 horses in here, and then the pillager shot the other horse. And it was just one pillager. One pillager. And the only one that survived was Horse Dempsey, because he's the most famous of all horses. To be fair, Toast was not a good horse. Toast had like a 1-block jump, and he moved slower than I can, like, sneaky pants. So he was not a great horse. And I have a donkey, and his name is Donkey. Because I'm not very creative with names. So that's his name. And then hopefully Click will be able to at least see that the Zoidbergs are here. And this was my fish, by the way. The good kind of weird. And I still have my formal shorts. Now that they've been laid out, I feel that I can play and do what I need to do. So, what should we do today? I have no idea. I restocked my shop earlier. I need to make another uh, mystery basket. I need a buttload of tough, and by that I mean 126 gallons. If anybody gets bored and they want to Google how much a buttload is, it's an archaic unit of measurement used to measure wine, and it actually is 126 gallons. So there's your random useless bit of information for today. Uh, we need to get rid of this villager chateaus here. But at the same time, I also have some villagers trapped in here somewhere, and I need to do something with them. Um, Not sure what to do with that, but I'll probably blow up the rest of these buildings at some point. I tried to make a vertical cannon for TNT. It did not work out well. So I'm going to go cut down my bamboo here real quick. And I've also got, as I said at the beginning, another person here that's kind of stuck watching me do this. It's the Saurus, who is here with me. She'd like to say hello. You can actually come to the microphone and say hello. She's making her way up. She had to stay home from school because she wasn't feeling well, but this will be her consolation as she can say hello to two people that are watching. One that left.
Hi.
Say, what's up, people out there?
No.
She just looked at me completely deadpan and said, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay, you can do whatever you want. All right, let's chop down some bamboo, shall we? I need to say hi to everybody, miss. I can't type and talk at the same time, and I can't type at all. And I got the clickiest keyboard in the galaxy. There we go. Okay. Chop 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 chop. That's what people come for, is the amazing chopping music. How did you grow so fast? That's amazing. That's even more amazing than the chopping music, to be honest with you. All right, let's go over and let's see if what this totally innocent box is doing. It's not producing eggs to fill people's bases with chickens. I know that. I would never do that. That would not be fun for anyone involved. Ow! Okay, my wings did not deploy, and so I was called out by my own shenanigans right away. Let's see here. There is one more thing that I forgot to do. I'm sorry. I'm leaving everybody looking at a blank screen quite a bit. But what I need is to figure out how to get... No, not block link. Not do that. I don't know how to do that. All right, Erog, now that you're back and I've got everybody on pause again, I got another question for you. What's the best way to get a link to be able to post somewhere for people to say, oh, look, he's alive. I'm not going to watch him, but that's kind of cool. That's what I imagine people sound like. The last time I did, or the first time I ever did this, I opened up my own stream and then took a link from the just the address and then posted that, and then I left it open, and then there was this weird echo, and then I got very confused and scared hearing my own voice, and I think I ran a bunch of people off, and by a bunch of people I mean like one, but still, that's 100% of my audience at that point, so I probably shouldn't scare them off. Actually, come to think of it, it might have been just me. It might have been just counting me as the one that was on there. All right, Mumbo, we're going to clear this out while we wait for an answer. Da, 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 go, Mumbo, go. Clearing out some grass. Oh, okay. I can do that. If I figure out what my username is. Go back here. And we'll go to this, and we'll try to keep people entertained with some noise until I come back. But in the meantime, I can't find the right spot. Could sing something in Irish language. That would catch attention, right? Can't sing today. Jesus, that was terrible. Sunna shen i voyasen, og huigigen mohilmar. Shall du raus im Weiden hen, an ishim van trak chatachet. I promise you I can sing better than that. That's abysmal. Yeah, usually. There we go. Got it figured out. I apologize for the yeah, I did. I went and literally copied the link from the last time I did this and just threw that up there. Whilst having the hold music. That was my whole goal. That's all I wanted. I actually have music out there. It's under the name Exiled Man if you want to hear the fact that I can sing. I played every instrument, recorded it, mixed, mastered, all that stuff. It's again under it's on my um YouTube channel that the link is to on our Discord, but Exiled Man, not to be confused with Exile or Exile. They're obviously much more famous musician groups. What am I doing? I'm walking in circles. Have I stolen this yet? No, I haven't. Okay, that's good to know that's there. But let's go around here. I can get you another one when I leave. The throat drum. All right, let's go. Okay, let's go turn these into to an actual block. Put them away real quick before we do anything useful. And again, just so you know, if you hear me randomly talking to somebody that's not obviously that is not what I wanted. You impetuous piece of bamboo, get down here. I'm not angry at the bamboo at all. If you hear me talking to somebody off screen, that's the Saurus. That's my daughter. She's stuck home from school today, sick, and is seeing the inner workings of what it takes to be a completely unprofessional Twitch streamer. I can't put a box inside another box, can I? I don't think so. In 12 years from now, hopefully it's sooner than that. I'm going because as I've said, I'm in Missouri. I was born in the U.S., lived all over the place, but my next trip planned is hopefully in June to go back to Erin, and my it'll be the first time that I've taken my wife there, so we're gonna find out. Erin is the name of Ireland in Irish, so Naherin or Erin. It's the name of the country. No, no. Yes, that the Misery does well. There's also there seems to be a dividing line somewhere in this state in the southern part of it where it changes from Missouri to Missouri. I'm not quite sure where that line is, but I try not to cross it. I think you hear the banjos playing when you get too close to it. Not the good kind either, but like the dun 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 down. Whee! I'm just gonna go check my shop again so I can stall. What up? I thought it was gonna die there for a minute. I didn't. I stayed calm. I stayed calm, composed, collected. Never lost my cool. Okay, I screeched like a small child, but here we go. Okay. Okay, I've been informed by the source that that's not a screech. That was more of a manly noise of some kind. I don't care if it's a screech, but she says it wasn't, so she's in charge. What? Yes, you are. You're in charge. You are right now. Okay, she says I'm in charge. All right, so this is still stocked up good. I need more of these. I don't know what to put in. I found out I've been putting way more than other people, and probably hosing myself on how much I'm paying for. Live in Arkansas. I work with an interventional radiologist, so neurointerventional radiologist. His job is literally to put lines or put wires up into people's brains and pull clots and stuff out when they've got a stroke. And his accent is it's pretty distinct when I speak with him. He's got this kind of a drawl, but not too much of a drawl. So he sounds you can definitely tell he's from the South somewhere. But I finally had to ask him where he's from, and he said it's Arkansas. And when I asked him that, it definitely came out more. But he is the best at what he does. I can tell you that for sure. And I just realized that he kind of sounds like Popo Skiz did. So I don't think Skiz was that far off with his accent. Which, or I'm just, way far off with it. I don't know, but I'm going to pretend like it was Skiz. Don't tell him I said that if anybody actually talks to him. He's obviously, the one who got the server, I'm not going to make the man mad there. Well, I was disappointed when he had his accent remover and it went away. I was entertained. Okay, let's see. Well, I need tough. Do I have any? This is quartz, not tough. Do I have any tough? Yeah, I got a bit. I thought I had a box of it. Where'd it go? Did I use it all? Oh, jeez, I used it all. That's a box of heads. That's not creepy at all. Just gonna pretend like that's not there and move on. Um, I actually don't know how far the shopping district is overworld from my base, but now that you mention it, it probably is closer. Or the shopping district, I mean. Yeah, which I need to look at the map. I don't know which direction it is. I might have been doing all this extra stuff for nothing. Let me check. Dun, 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 dun. You got some new hold music right now. Dun, 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 dun. Let's hope this doesn't get a copyright strike. Dun, dun, dun. 852 292 6. What? 2926. That's I totally know how to read numbers. Okay, 892. So it's with an x coordinate of 892. It's a good over 1,000 blocks away from where I am right now. The Z is pretty close, but let's find out. We'll do some science here. For science! So let's get on the right Z coordinate so I don't mess that up. It's 22 or 2926. So we're gonna run over here and jump. I can't jump. Come on. Hello, pig. How are you? What are you looking at? Huh? Huh? What if I zoom in on you dramatically? What are you gonna do about it then? And then real fast. Oh, jeez, I regret doing that. Okay. So, all right. What was I doing? Yeah, they are. Oink oink. Okay. We were heading over to 2926, and then we're gonna test this flying thing. Flight duration 3, we should be able to use just one rocket to get there. Okay, that sounds like a challenge for me because I'm not very good at this flying thing. Okay, 2926. There we go. Now, which direction do I go to go down? Is that? Nope, that's up. Okay, so this is down. Here we are. For the most courageous transatlantic flight in history, let me make sure I've got the duration 3 rocket. No, that's the duration 1. That's duration 1. The duration 3s are probably in this box. Dun, yes, a sign. That's what I wanted. Let's fly to the shopping district with a sign. Great work, dude. You're just nailing this streamer thing. Okay, try this again. And these are flight duration 3. There we go. So, we're going to do that and get back on our runway. Flight duration 3, 1 go. Let's see what happens. Get a little bit of a running start. 3, 2, 1, jump and fly. Bum ba dum bum bum ba dum. Why is that the music that comes to my head for flying? That's not right at all. Bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bum. Still gonna go with it though. Bum ba dum bum ba dum. Cause I'm off key and now I'm committed. I can't stop. Da da da. Come on. All right. Um, One rocket might be pushing it. We seem to have hit a big ocean, but I'm not gonna do anything until we get through this one rocket and see what happens. Wave up and down. What is this, like the old Mario game? Wee! Wee! I'm just losing ground! I'm losing height! I'm giving it all she's got, Captain! It's not gonna work! Oh, okay, so if I had been smart about it, I probably actually could have made it here in one rocket. I just don't know how to use them. What? Oh, this is the bookstore. This building is... Ooh, can I get in through here? Ow. I'm a good flyer, never you mind. This building is amazing. I don't remember who made it, but it is amazing. Okay. Jacket. Oh, well, there should be a sign out front. Whoops, sorry. I think you're right. That does sound familiar. Does that mean it's an Australian building? I need to change my accent. Hold on a second. Let's find the sign. And, hey, is he on? Is he going to get mad at me for making this voice? Doesn't matter because he can't hear me anyway. All right. What if I won't, Iraq? What then? Come on then. Mr. Eggs was me father. Call me Jacka. I don't know why I'd say me father. I'm confused. Yeah, you're right. There it is. This is his. No, don't leave again. I need you. Um, I'm not desperate, but I'm actually desperate. Hey, how's it going? I don't need Iraq quite as much anymore because we got another person. How do I shorten that? Because every time I see it, I read it as Tanuviel, which, for those of you who are giant Lord of the Rings fans or dorks, so whichever you want to call it, that would make sense. For those of you that haven't read the Lord of the Rings books or the Silmarillion, for shame. For absolute shame. Tynes, is that how we go? For Tynove? Tynovier? God, now I feel bad for every time I made fun of Skiz for not being able to pronounce my name. Every time. He called me Odyssey, Odessi. I think he called me Odisudu one time. Teens. I can do that. I can read phonetic things. That's fine. So I already checked my shop. What am I doing? Because it was just to see if I could fly over here on one rocket. All right, we're going to try this. We're going to try flying back on one rocket because I've been told it can be done, and I think it's a skill issue that I wasn't able to do it. So let's go ahead and bouncy here. And boing, 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 boing. I don't know about the up and down Mario Cape thing. I'm afraid I'll just crash into the ground, but we can try it. All right. Preparing for takeoff once again. I've got flaps at full. Maybe that's the problem. I never pulled my flaps in. Do I even have flaps? Hold on. Let me check. No, I don't. I have a cape. Flaps are part of an airplane that it increases the surface area of the wings so that you can move slower and get more lift. So, no, I want to pronounce it right. I just eventually resigned myself to the fact that Odyssey was going to be a nickname from Skiz, but then he finally he calls me Odysseus, which, you know what? At least he's talking to me, so I'm okay with it. And if we wanted to be super formal about it, in the classical Greek, it would be closer to Odysseus, which sounds really weird. Yeah, I messed this up again. There's no way I'm gonna make it. And the whole, gain some more momentum and try to go up. Oh, there's my border. Maybe I will make it. Gain some momentum and go up. Up, too much up. I stalled. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. I shall not fall into the water in defeat, though. So you're right. It is actually faster than doing the whole whoosh turn that I was doing through the nether. Whee! Okay, let's see if I can get into my tunnel here without dying. And, yeah, there we go. Okay, time for some sleeping. And then I still don't think I have enough tough to do anything worthwhile. Everybody can just watch me sleep. That's not weird. Ow. Why did I get out of bed and run into a bookshelf? I can't say that I've never done that in real life, though, so, I mean, I could say it, but it would be a lie. I forgot that tough! God, I'm bad at this. All right, let's go back in. And, you do provide efficiency. You know what? You've given me more help with, just, like, how to even see what's going on my own stream, than anyone else. Now, to be fair, you're also, I think, the first person that's ever watched me stream, so, it wasn't exactly a stiff competition. But either way, I appreciate it because I would still be running around with a blank screen, not sure if I'm just talking to myself and recording nothing for this whole time. See ya, Click. Have fun with work. Hopefully you don't have to run 40,000 miles through the rest of the day. That sounded miserable. Thanks for coming in. The ore on the ground by the chest. This is the, let's see, like, these ones over here. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, so these are actually just invisible item frame with a piece of whatever is in there stuck in it. So nothing too fancy. Who's going to be a hermit next season? Jimmy. Is that confirmed? Dang old item frame, man. Dang old boy, I tell you what. Got a dang old invisible man. Can't tell they're there. Oh, look at that. I've got a bot, an ad bot, showing up there. How do you do that? Click on that, and where are you? And you're gone. Full page magnet DQQ. You've been banned. Did that show up in the chat for everybody else? I'm entertained by that. I should not. I mean, I know it's a bot, but I just realized a degree of power I probably shouldn't be trusted with. That happened the first time too. I didn't know about it. All right, what was I doing? I was making tiles. Okay, we'll make some of these, and we're gonna make a stack. Click, 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 click. Okay, that's great. There we go. And then we'll switch over to these ones, and we'll do that. And I wish there were more. I wonder a bit of andesite split in there to try to start lighting it up would be good. Oh yeah, I've seen that on other people's things. So on my end, as you know, it says that I've banned them. I've brought down the ban hammer of justice. Where is my andesite? I know it's not, and it's like in a bulk storage. I'm gonna try sprinkling a few of these in here and see as I transition to the lighter color into the gravel, if that might help make a good transition. So let's see. We'll just do the regular slabs for now. Sometimes I mix in the like the smooth slabs, but I feel like it looks a little weird. And so I try to use them kind of sparingly. I'm also, as most people or a lot of people know, is colorblind, so I can't really tell if my color transitions are complete pants or not. Like this here and this, I try to just throw in a little few splashes of lighter color, but it might be too light. I don't know if it would be better to use andesite. And then this was the closest match I could find for covering up lighting, but I don't actually know how well it matches. I mean, it sticks out quite a bit to me, but it stuck out less than anything else. So somebody volunteers as tribute. I've never seen those movies, which is probably going to get me some flack at someday. But for now, I don't really. Okay, I forgot what I was saying. Moving on. Let's try to get some paving going on here. Get it up to the level of what the other stuff is. And I'm working on this right now because honestly, I'm kind of stalling on everything else because I don't know what to do next. This, I need to build an inner sanctum for this, which is the area where the actual if you integrate chatbot into the stream, it can filter out those messages. That is stream elements for chatbot. I've seen that, and I meant to look at that before I got on here. But now that I have the power of the banhammer for myself, I don't know I'm going to get that on here because, on the off chance that I actually do end up with enough people watching for it to be an issue, it would be good to have that on there. But as I was saying, I need to put the inner sanctum in there because the temples weren't just a big old open building. They weren't like an ancient Greek car park or carport. They had an inner building here where the priest or priestess in this case would have been, and then there would have been the outer area. There would have been an altar here for making the sacrifices and whatnot. But I don't know how to make that will look good. So instead, I'm just making some ground to try to stall for a bit. And so, you get to watch me place some tiles down. Or at least have me as background noise as I'm placing tiles down here. Get rid of the grass. Let's see. And now if I throw in, let's go with one andesite there and see how much it sticks out. And we'll have one of those, and then we'll put a couple of these. I remember watching Scar building one time. No, he was... No, I don't think it was Scar, actually. It was Cub that was helping Skiz with his pyramid, and he was talking about, having randomness, but not actually random. So that when you want something to look like you've built in, like, let's say this wall here, how it's got some texturing, but it doesn't have a necessarily a specific point to it. It doesn't have a specific purpose. It's just that there's no patterns. That's the word I'm looking for. If I could remember how to speak English, there's no pattern to it. That if you try to just truly make it random, it will end up not looking random because in actual randomness, you'll have patches where you have the same, alternating patterns show up. So, for example, if you were trying originally, I was trying to just space this out, and I realized that no, you'll have a big patch that might come up like this. So I ended up leaving this as a big patch, and I think that has helped with the more I tried to avoid any kind of pattern, like up in here, the more I tried to avoid any kind of pattern or clumping, the more I realized all I was ending up with was patterns. And so, since that's going to happen in a randomly generated thing because it's resetting every time, I stopped worrying about having the patches and the patterns, and I feel like it's turned out more natural than it would have otherwise. Sometimes I try to follow, like if there's an area where people would walk more, then that's going to be more beaten down, something like that. But that I didn't do any of that up there. I did once again. My wings did. Am I not able to fly? Is that the problem? I failed so hard at the rocket thing that now I can't fly at all. Okay, so then I would have this and this. No, what are you doing? Get up here. Yes, good. Fell in the water. I'm going to drown in 1 cubic meter of water. That's embarrassing. Okay, we'll do that one, and then we'll have a couple of these, and we'll come and maybe we'll put. I want to get up the hill before I start at. Excuse you. That's not where I told you to go. I want to get up the hill a bit before I get too much um of the andesite in. So we'll come here and we'll do that, and here this one, do that, and here I think another andesite there would be okay. We'll go put one of those, couple of these, and like a real Minecraft professional, I'm digging with another piece of rock because why not? The only next level of professionalism above that is to dig with your sword, according to Grian. And I I think he's right. I think we should try that. So let's see. Slicey. Oh, that is a bit faster. I think the man might be onto something. Your man Grian digging with a sword. That was way back in season 6, I think it was, or 7, whichever season was Sahara, when all of the hermits would like take a turn live streaming from the server. I don't think they don't really seem to do that anymore, but when they would all have their day where they were the streamer and they would like split off from each other, he would stream, and he was obviously not a big fan of it. But one day, joke he made was that he was, like a professional Minecrafter, taking down the dirt with his sword. So let's see, can I make this look less stupid here? I'm gonna give myself about a 50% chance. That one, and then this is not gonna be the right height. Nope, no, it's not the right height. And I don't want a full block because I hate when I'm running around on one of these and then suddenly like fall. Let's see, you built something for your base, put the schematic in the creative world to see where it could go, and it's huge. Is it the thing you were working on yesterday on stream, or is it another thing? Gonna have to take this whole thing down because it's too tall. I messed this whole thing up. All right, more gradual slope. This, by the way, there was no plan for this whatsoever. I just started building, and then it turned out that I think the pillars are a bit stubby, to be honest, stumpy. They're a bit small compared to the size of the roof, but I'm hoping once I got things around it, it'll make it look better because I really didn't want to try to lift that whole thing up or lower the ground because, well, I kind of live under it right now. I live in Athena's basement. I could do worse. All right, let's see. Now that it's a little safer. Okay, trying to So it wasn't the cathedral thing, was it something else? I didn't want to give away, but I mean, you were streaming it, so you already gave it away yourself. I don't know. I was afraid to ask what, if it was that. Um, there we go. What did they say? Oh, panicked when I probably would have as well. Let's see. Start screeching like a little fangirl. Okay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But, Mumbo, I need your assistance once again. There's too much grass here. Da 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 da, we're digging up the grass. Hopefully, I don't accidentally bust into my basement, because that would be embarrassing. I almost fell down a hole. Okay, that's the right level now, so I do that, and, maybe that. Whoop, not up, you ding dong. Go, good. Of course, I put away my actual, pickaxe for that. We'll do that and have a couple of those, and how about one of those and maybe a few there, and we'll put one that, and that sounds good. So then, how did I walk over that hole? Shouldn't I have fallen? Oh, okay. No, now I fell. Okay. It's like cart. Yes. A shulker, that's what I want there. Good job with this whole Minecraft thing. Yep. No. Dang, I can't even put the right block there. Okay. You. Tough brick slab. Tough brick slab. Okay, check, check. Go. Okay. Over, over. And over, over, over. Over, over. And I missed one. Go back. And over, over. And doop, doop. And shaboop. Alright, we got that. So now we're going to go back over this way. And we're going to fill in the next line. And we got doop. And shadoop. And this would be a lot more entertaining if somebody actually came over here and was like, you know, keeping me from working. That might just be me with wishful thinking, because I really don't know what to do for my next part of the build. Let's see. And we'll have a line of those, and then there, and my totally not suspicious thing full of eggs. And that, and then we can go here, and maybe another andesite, and that. So, one strip done. That's pretty good, right? I feel like I've accomplished quite a bit. Let's, God, this stuff grows so fast. I'm gonna automate this somehow. I'm accustomed to playing Bedrock, and it does not grow that fast in Bedrock, as far as I know. At least I've never noticed it growing that fast. I do have some more of these. Awesome. Okay, let's see. We'll do that, and one of those, and then we'll put that there. And this time, I'm gonna dig this down first, so I don't accidentally do the same thing of making it too short. I am sad that the slabs block light in this, because that has been my primary method of blocking light, or I mean of hiding lights forever. Now I don't really know how to hide the lights. I'm gonna have to figure out how to. Jimmy's on Hermitcraft. Since when was Timmy Jim James the third or whatever on Hermitcraft? Joel is on there. I say like we've been best friends forever, even though I've never met the man or even probably been in the same country. Well, no, he's come here for things. I've not been to England. He's probably been to Ireland, though. Oh, for a Hungry Hermit special. Oh, is Tango streaming that then? Because my goal was obviously to pick a time when the most actual streamers would be on and go, yeah, I think I'll try to go head to head with Tango. That'll work. People would much rather tune into me than, the man himself there, Tanog of the Hungry Hermits. Yeah, I imagine Jimmy would. So now all he has to do is not lose last life or the life series, and he'll be in business. Dying is a part of death. Green 2025. That is as a doctor I can confirm that is true. It is in fact a part of it. Okay, so this looks too much like an organized staircase. I don't like that. I need to flatten it out a bit and make this look a little Yep, there we go. So I decided to go up against two of the biggest streamers out there. I'm sure that I'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? I'll just be here talking to myself. I'm good at that. Surprisingly good at it, actually. I think it comes from not having any friends when I was a child. I'm making it a staircase again. What am I doing? Okay, you go there. You go down. No, not you. Wrong one. Go over there. Back. Now, You go there. And now I have the same problem here. It's just going to be a staircase, isn't it? Okay, if you go up and then you also go up, then this will be a bit of a different angle. And you can go down there. And then this one, and this one can come off. That can go there. This one can go there. And, okay, let's see. I might be onto something. That can go there. And instead of a staircase, I have made a wonky staircase. I've made another staircase. It's just got a depression in the middle. Adding moss blocks. Carpet or block? Like amongst these? That explains why you weren't talking to me. I figured you just didn't want to answer me. That's okay. Would you put the moss here for uh varying the color? Oh, mossy cobblestone. Yes, I have actually. I do want to do that. I don't want to have too much because I want the city to be in its its prime. So some of the older areas of the city, I'm gonna have mossy cobble, but I don't want it to look like ruins. I want it to look like it's actually up and running as a modern city that would be worth not modern, but as a city that would actually be worth the Achaeans taking their time to plunder and try to get Helen back. So, but in some of the older areas where because there would have been the city was actually built in multiple layers on top of one another, and I don't think I have any more of those. No, and so I do want to have some older areas where you can see the remains of perhaps the last section of the city kind of sticking out. I think that would be kind of cool. Okay, I've made a stupid staircase. That's all I've managed to do here. How about what could go here? I'm just gonna put a whole block there. Fine, that'll work. Okay. And I didn't put any lights under there, so if it's tall enough for anything to spawn, I might be in trouble as well. But I'm just gonna. That's a chance I'm gonna have to take. Okay. What can I do to make this less stupid? I got nothing. I really don't. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep moving. Who cares? Okay, you go, and I'm gonna need to step this up by one, and then I think I'm gonna keep this flat, but just at this kind of one level here. So Mumbo, do your thing. In case anybody doesn't understand the Mumbo thing, it's Hermitcraft season Civil War, whether it was 6 or 7. When Mumbo was supposed to be infiltrating Team Star, I think is what the team name was, as opposed to the G team, and he did not. He's not a good spy. Let's just go with that. So yeah. No, I think bordering the grass, especially on the delineation between or the demarcation rather between the older areas of the city, I think that would be perfect. And especially so we've got this area out here. Let me come out real quick and let me get back a duration 1 so I don't kill myself. Whee! So this is going to be this river coming through here is the river Scamander, which actually Achilles in the Iliad fights with the river. Like literally runs into it and starts stabbing it, which is a bit of an odd moment until you realize that the river is a deity. But along here, mossy cobblestone coming up as the base for the city or for the buildings or whatever that abut the river, I think would be absolutely perfect to come up and out. And you, of course, you'd have buildings that the city was under siege for 10 years. So for 10 years, they get backup that comes in occasionally from the Dardans and from some of their other allies. But for 10 years, they're kind of out on their own. They're not going to be able to go get supplies to build back up their city, to build up the walls, to be able to maintain. And so as the moisture builds up and as the things start to crumble and they don't have the supplies to replace it, definitely there are going to be some areas of the city that are pretty messed up and falling apart, and people will have had to move out of the area where it's kind of fallen apart and more into the central. And as the outer walls, the Achaean fleets and the Achaean army has gotten closer to the outer walls, people would have started to move back into the inner walls, which there will be eventually. I'm not sure if this is going to be the inner wall or the outer wall. I got to decide how much room I have out there. But having cobbled or mossy cobblestone there would be perfect. Um, I don't know. Are there any other blocks you can make mossy? Does anybody know? The cobblestone's the only one I know of. I think some aged copper, some oxidized and weathered copper would be really good in that same area to have like the mossy cobblestone, and then to have the weathered copper or the aged copper, whichever one is it. It looks one step back from this. I think it would be a good color gradient. Again, I'm actually still colorblind as I was the first time I said that. So, but I think it would look good. Oh, I desperately low on tough. I might have some. I really thought I had a whole shulker full of it somewhere, but I guess I used it. Pay no attention to the dumpy storage back here. Mossy stone bricks. So that would look good too. That would actually be a good where you got a wall that's kind of crumbling. You could have the mossy stone bricks and the mossy cobble. It would look like the weight from the upper parts had kind of crushed the lower blocks, and you could have the mossy cobble as sort of the base of the roads next to the parts of the roads that go down and into the rivers. A lot of times, river crossings in this time period were not bridges, but rather they were just low-lying areas in the river. So especially around the Nile Delta and around the Mediterranean area in all the way up to the Roman era, but in the 400 BC, sort of is kind of like the peak time period I'm thinking of, even though this was much earlier. But river crossings were just areas of shallow river, and you'd have like road coming out one side, road coming out the other, and then you just plop your horse through the water. So obviously the areas near that would be pretty rough. What am I doing? I didn't actually get any more slabs. Yeah, so between those two, the mossy cobble and the mossy stone bricks, we could do something that would be worthwhile. I think you're on here too, aren't you? I saw you sneak on. How's it going? E-Rock. Other people? Yeah, you're both on. I appreciate you having me as background noise. Okay, let's see. Wait, is Skizz streaming too? If I'm competing against all these people, I haven't got a chance. Let's go back. I don't want this. I want actual Twitter. That's right. I'm putting you on pause in front of the thing while I look at my own Twitter to see who's streaming. Oh, apparently I don't follow Tanog. I need to do that. There he is. Follow. All right. Scar's there. Is Scar stream on Twitch or what? I can be background noise. It's constant droning, but it's still background noise. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add him too, so I know. Okay, here we go. I can do like 5 more feet of this, a couple meters, and then move on to the next. Let's see. So donk donk and that and one of you, and you can go there and boppity bop. We're under fire. I don't know from where. But I think it might have been the one who said I was background noise. Either that or I just took random damage for no reason. Who shot me? Show yourself. I know you're watching me. That's from Epic the Musical. If anybody's ever seen it, I just butchered it, and I'm sorry. Are you up here? Ah, you sneaky. You're too sneaky. And he's off without a word. Or he's going to turn around and shoot me. What? How did you do that? Yeah, with a rocket. I get it. You're going to play the silent game. But you were like vertical in the air. Yeah, at first. And then you came down and then you were like flying vertical for a minute. I strongly believe that you may be some kind of sorcerer. Hold on, I'm going to try that. It's not going to go well. Another person. Up! I didn't fly. Weehaw! And down. Whoop. See, all I do is keep falling. I don't know how you did that. Yeah, I know I didn't take off. It's better than the time I tried to take off using a chicken instead of a rocket, though. All right. Have a good time there, Teens, Tines, Tinove, Tinuvale. Witch! All right, I'm going to try again. Is that duration 3 or 1? 3. Okay, I'll do that. All right, 1, 1, 3. Here we go. Okay, let's see if I can actually take off without looking like a moron this time. Okay, so I went way up in the air, and I'm coming back down, and whoosh. You know, it just now occurs to me that I can't actually see what I'm doing because I'm not in F5. Um, so I don't know what I'm. I should. Oh, too many clicks. All right, let's try that again. Okay, I can stare at my own backside while I do this. That's amazing. Okay, and oh, that's how you do it. Okay. Ah, nothing. Under control. Everything is fine. Is that how you end up staying in the air longer with the like drop and then swoop? Oh, what am I staring at? Oh, sorry. I just got a big shot of your backside on my stream. Hope you're okay with that. Just staring each other down. There we go. Yeah, so like with the cape where you have the swooping. I'm moving my hand like you can actually see me moving it. But yeah, the where you're like whoop 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 sort of thing. Yeah. Okay. You start that from high. Do you have big drops or let's see. Oh, he disappeared. I gotta get closer. The man flew so far that he flew out my render distance. Oh, there he is. That was a good landing, man. So you might have flown right out of my render distance, so I don't have any idea. I'll go with you. I'll watch you. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm right behind you. And then we tip. And oh, okay, I get it. So it's like a 45-degree angle down, get up a good amount of speed, and then you pull up fairly sharp, and then maybe not quite 45, but like a 30. Pull up, and then you can gain quite a bit. Oh, yeah, that's way better than what I was doing. That makes me sad. I've been playing this game since it was like first released back in the Stone Ages. Of course, you couldn't fly back then. There we go. That is, I did one rocket. You were absolutely right. One rocket with the E-Rock patent pending method of flying. Yeah, that was much better. Thank you. I appreciate that. I won't blast through 85 rockets now when I go places. Seriously though, I'm like just spamming rockets, so it's you, isn't it? You're the one always leaving the doors open. No, it's not you. Okay, okay, I won't shoot you. No, 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 I said I wouldn't. I put it away. I just noticed there's some people like are very diligent at closing doors behind them, and other people don't. And it's weird to see who does it. And then some people put the pressure plates behind their doors, and inevitably I end up like reopening it. As I'll walk through, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna turn and close it, and it's already closed, like a moron. But that's how I know if anybody's been in my shop if the door's open. To be fair, I didn't say that's how I know if anybody's in the shop. I just said if they've been in the shop. Yes, yes, he is. He's not very good at his job though. If you he's only made like 9 sales the whole season. But hold on, hold on. You're still doing your best, sir. You're trying. That's what's important. And as long as you keep up that good work ethic, we're gonna keep you here. All right, Polites. I'm fine, Polites. Think of all that we have been through. You'll survive what we get into. Yeah, yeah, I named him. Polites was one of Woo! Go Polites! Good job. Not that we totally didn't stage that whole thing for the stream at all. I'll get you your diamonds back later. Not staged. Not at all staged. So I'm gonna back up and not stare at awkwardly. I'm just gonna sneak over here through the window and be like, "Who's shopping in my store?" All right. Pretty soon I'm gonna do this a little bit. Ah, someone just brought back the sun. So good job, Polites. You can keep your job now. Anyway, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Please don't kill Polites. He's died enough as it is. Thank you. I forget. Do you were advocating for infinity or mending bow? Infinity bow, right? He's thinking about it. Thinking hard. Always infinity. I've never used an infinity bow. I have one made. I'm gonna try it. I've always used the mending bow because as we pointed out, I just like spam with the arrows constantly. Thesaurus tells me she uses the infinity bow, so I think I might be on the wrong end of this argument. Yeah, yeah, I guess they do. Maybe I'm accustomed to the durability in Bedrock where they don't last nearly as long. I need to get whatever that mod is that lets you see the durability level because all I've got is a little bar. With just a regular bow, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be another enchanted one. That's how long I've used mending. I've never F3 plus H shows durability. That's actually really hard on this Mac keyboard. Okay, so let's see. Nah. Yeah, that didn't do it for me. Oh wait, is it hidden over here in the? I've also got the better F3. I might be able to, or the mini mod. Maybe I'll use that instead. Oh, I accidentally took a screenshot too. That's great. That's going on the thing. Let's see. I don't know why that's not working. Advanced tooltips hidden. Yeah, I'll take a look at that when I don't have, threes of people watching me struggle with it. I'll check it out. The issue is the keyboard I've got is it's a three-quarters keyboard, so I gotta hit function, F3 and H, and it doesn't seem to want to do all those together. Oh no, that worked. Okay, yeah. I have no idea. All right, wrong button. Okay. Victory rocket. And does this still work? Whee! All right. Well, I'm gonna go back to boring people with my. Actually, I'm gonna buy more tough while I'm here. That's your shop, isn't it? No. I know it's the one over here, but I don't remember which one yours is. Oh no! Of course, yours is the concrete. Yes. Right. The bodega. Where's the sign? I'm pretty sure this was yours. Where did my thing go? There we go. Couldn't see the chat or anything. Yeah, concrete. I don't need any concrete right now, but when I do. Which one? Where did you go? Oh, I gotta turn up my distance. Over here? Yeah, not sure. Oh, this is fantastic, yeah. Dun, 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 time to buy some stuff. The fox is cute. And the cat named Smaug, which is fantastic. Alright, time for a shulker box. Oh, tough. Is that this one? Yeah, there we go. Oh, I can't buy it with a diamond block. God, I'm really good at this. Okay, turn it back into diamonds, and now talk to the fox again. 3 shops. I've got like 1 road and a building built. And I've got a shop that looks like a squashed Corrales head. Yeah, that's the name of the fox. Lily the fox. Smaug the cat. Ashley the fox. And Dory the cat. I do have way more base at my base than you, or way more stuff at my base than you have at my base, but you know that would have been funnier if I hadn't tripped all over it. Mother of God. There we go. This side of this works. Aha, perfect. This is how doors work, and we definitely need a screenshot. There we go. That's going to be a thumbnail for a VOD, I think, if you don't mind. All right, I'll fix the door. Just a little victory rocket there. Is this one yours too? Yeah. Do you have wind charges? Breeze rods. Use those to make the wind charges? The breeze rods? Perfect. Because I also would like to snipe some people with wind charges. All right, there we go. Stack of or stack of breeze rods. Not sure why a noxious cloud is drifting from Arizona. That sounds concerning. Oh, that is. I didn't know how many it would take, but that is a good. Well, I just bought a whole stack of them, so I'm gonna have a ton of wind charges. That'll be great. I feel like you're taking me on a tour just to buy crap from you, buy stuff from you. Took me that long to catch on. I'm really I'm on top of things, aren't I? All right, bouncy bounce. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna follow and look at this too. Okay, leaving. I have to reply to a text real quick from my wife because if I don't, I wouldn't let me alive to stream later. And here, oh, I knew this one was yours because you got this whole building. This is an awesome concept, by the way. You know, check out the cellar, the speakeasy thing. I was a bit shocked to find, you know, the Alan chilling down here, but what do you got, Grog? All for me, Grog is another Irish song I won't torture you with. Skulking about. I don't. Your barrels are empty, man. Uh, Oh, yeah. That old Stone Eye McDougal. Ooh, the armor trim. You're gonna get some sneaky pants in here eventually. No sneaky pants? It's too sneaky for the Thieves Guild? I gotta fill the air here while I'm waiting for a typed response. Maybe after the next reef, so that makes sense, yeah, because they're probably been all rated by this point. I found no, I haven't found a ancient city in this on this server yet. I did find enough of the shrieking dudes to summon a warden, so that was fun. But there was no actual ancient city; it was just a deep dark. I managed to survive somehow, so yeah, I got that going for me. But I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit rough. I might have cowered in a corner for like 10 minutes. I know, and people are getting maps to show where stuff is under their bases and whatnot. But I don't know if I have to get that does make sense. If I have to get a like a cartographer here to be able to get a map of this specific area, or do I just keep buying maps, or do I get like a locator map and then fill, or get a map and fill it over my base? Like I'm not really sure how people are using the maps to find where these things are at specific bases. Like I know you can buy a map to figure out like where Woodland Mansion is or whatever, but I think I would have learned to play the game by this point. Dun, 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 I'm gonna wait for another response. Dun, 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 dun. Show maps in certain blocks away from a location. That would make sense. So I would need to turn one of my dudes into a cart. That's all right. People can be confused. Well, I need to turn one of my boyos into a cartographer, and then I could try to turn him into that. Yeah. Um, do the maps change? That's a good question. I hate moving villagers any distance, though, as I'm sure that most people are not big fans of it. But the whole lashing boats together thing might be useful now. But do you have any other things you need me to buy? No. All right, I'm gonna take this this tuff that's fantastic, and I'm gonna go put down some more floor for a bit before I hop off of here. I think an hour and 15 of listening to me is probably more than most people can handle, and gonna get some lunch for the kid here. But get back to my base so I don't wake up in a strange land and confused and with no pants and whatnot. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for and for the flying trick. That's fantastic. I'm gonna see if I can mess that up as I go back home. Okay, got the right flight duration. Boingy, 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 boingy. Shanto Corps. We're a corporation for Shantogen. What do? I haven't figured that out yet. But when we figure it out, you can be sure that we'll be the best at doing it. Shanto, by the way, if you ever watch this and you need someone to narrate your commercials, you let me know. I'm all over it. If you want different voices for your commercial, I could do that too. I mean, if you want like a pirate thing, we can do that. I mean, you tell me what you want. I may or may not also be offering to help the other side that's against this. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm in it for the money. I will do whatever anybody wants. So like if people need assistance with their mycelium, not a resistance. I'm up for that too. I didn't say that. Nobody heard it. And away we go, up into the air. Weehaw! Have a cookie while we're flying. These cookies were. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try one rocket here. Oh, there's an ancient or a underwater monument right there. I messed that up. Hold on, I gotta do that again. Whoosh. I have already forgotten the ways. Anyway, I didn't start high enough. 2 rockets. That's still better than the 45 I would have used before. Got somebody trying to evade the ban on my chat here. I don't appreciate that, but here I am thinking maybe somebody's actually here. Maybe somebody wants to watch it. Then you show up with your stupid ad. Okay, let's see if I can whoosh, turn around and whoosh, turn around and fly smoothly into the tunnel and perfect landing. Look at that. Woo! Okay, that's enough of that. Set my spawn again. Okay, so first I got to deal with somebody, another restricted person trying to. Oh, he's already banned. Nobody can see it, I think. I don't know. Can you see a in the chat a thing from Decorus Dammy bunch of random letters? Nope. Okay, perfect. They're already gone. That's what I needed to know. Actually say hi to somebody instead of being the uh, throwing my rockets. All right, let's put down a little bit more ground, and then it's going to be time for me to take a break to actually eat some food, because I've not done that yet today, and for the Saurus to eat some food too. No, don't go in there. I don't know how that works. She's requesting a waffle with butter for lunch. Um, she's only had two today. I don't have any objections. Anybody out there have any objections to that? And we're coming back out here. Sky is skying on me. Nope. All right. So no objections. You get to have waffles with butter for lunch today, and you had it for breakfast. What a day this is. I forgot the andesite. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's true. You had a waffle for breakfast, and you had two waffles with butter after that because she hadn't ever tried them with butter for whatever reason. Don't really know, but it was a kind of a first. So the mighty E-Rock EC rather says that it's fine, and so it's fine. Yeah. All right. I might have the same actually. It sounds kind of good. Do you want to make the big ones or do you just the little ones? We're gonna go with the little ones, she says. All right, put a little more. Here I am chatting away about waffles, getting so excited, about to sing this. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart song to myself? I don't know how many things I've done so far at this point that might get me a copyright infringement, but whatever. Yeah, it sounds disgusting, but according to a song from a very notable man named Peter Griffin, apparently it's quite good. I don't think that I have the wherewithal to try that, but just gonna cover these areas that are flat already. And then if I got to build a building, if I'm gonna build something here, I'll swap it out for full blocks to be able to, you know, actually build on top of it. And go. And I got one more question for you, Iraq. If you are still having to be paying attention, the thing I had a hard time with last time I did this was actually figuring out how to end the stream. I don't know if ending with OBS, does that end with Twitch too, or do I need to do something to make sure I don't just have dead air and a blank screen going on there? Mumbo, do your thing. Let's see, a couple of those. We'll have one of those, and we can drop that one down and put this one forward. And that will transition us up to here. Good. Okay. And for the pseudo randomness, we'll do this again. I got fat fingers and a small keyboard. That is not a good combination. Big fingers, I'll say. I don't know if they're fat, but for like, you know, relative to the size of my hand and the size of the rest of me, they're kind of take up a lot of real estate. Do that. I'm gonna put one of those, and there. E-Rock had another call, so I'm not getting the professional advice that I was craving. That's alright. If anybody else knows, I don't know if anybody else is still watching, but if they are and knows if popping out of OBS, oh there we go. Twitch can't connect it to OBS. Click and start stream button starts it. Yep, I got that. Stop stream ends it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. The last time I was a little worried that I just had dead air going for a while, and that Tango was gonna pop on and stream on my thing for me, since he's in the habit of doing that these days. I don't know how that happened. I guess Zed was still logged in on his computer at his at the wherever they were for that for the charity event. But I think with the time difference between those two, it would be rough to say the least. Okay. Okay. I might do that. I think that would be entertaining. I don't probably need to follow them, or I'm not really sure how to do that. Okay. I imagine, I could significantly swell Tango's audience by sending over. It says 3 people, and I think one of those is me. So I'd be doing him a big favor if you think about it. He would kind of owe me. Let's see. I'm gonna put that, and then we'll bop there, and we can bop here if we want to. Which we do. Not there. You can't bop there. Despite what the song says, you're not allowed to bop there. Thank you again, sir, for your advice and help with that. I appreciate it. Okay, we'll go up, and I'm gonna just make it a little bit more there and down here. As soon as these stacks are gone, it is gonna be waffle time. So let's see. Here, pseudo randomness. Hooray! I'm kind of clicking, and then we'll fill in a few of these and get rid of you. And I don't know why my mini HUD is not. There we go. And then where's my other one to bring up the light levels? I keep changing my keybinds, and that is not a smart idea. There we go. No, what are you doing? It went on top of the grass. This is mighty grass to be able to support a whole tough block. Okay, you do that in the Twitch chat, I'm assuming, or somewhere else. I put it on top of the grass. Whoop. Well, now it didn't work. Okay, now it's just breaking it. I don't know why it worked the first time. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grace Tanog with my Well, I'm sending him the best viewer. Honestly, I'm sending him you. If you decide to stick around for him. So really, he owes me a lot. Okay, I'm at that one, which means it's time for me to figure this out. And oh, light level 0. I don't like that. I don't want to put torches up, but in the meantime, I also don't want to have a creeper jamboree going on here. He would owe too much. That's right. I think he would be in too much, too far in debt to me to ever be able to repay it for sending the great E-Rock. All right, so we're gonna stare at my amazing face for a moment under my screen there as I click over. Someday I'm gonna figure out how to click over on this without having to change that. I inherit his Twitch and YouTube accounts. That's fantastic. Nobody tell him until it's too late for him to do anything about it, because that would be great. I need to know what his actual username is. Tango Tech, I think, right? Just don't tell him. I'll just kind of like slowly start taking him over, and by the time he notices anything, it'll be too late. It'll be too late for him, and I'll be in charge. Well, there's a good chance that I'm a moron because I'm not subscribed to him yet, which means that I have ads to watch before I can see his screen name. Great. Okay, here we go. Hey, there's Solidarity. He's just staring me in the face. So, okay, let's try this. We got that one, and then that, and then... That's no matches. Okay, so I gotta go there. Do I need the stupid brackets or not? Let's see if that works. All right, there we go. I'm gonna send you over to Tango, and he'll be much more entertaining than I am, and I appreciate you being around. And I'm gonna go make some waffles with butter.